next guest tonight is a sports columnist for the New York Daily News. He also has a new book out entitled Summer of '98. Please welcome the Lip, Mike Lupica. Mike, there is so much to talk about, but before we do that, I'm just looking at your book for the first time. I check out the back. I swear to God, your photo, it looks like they didn't tell you they were taking a photo. Look at this. It's like, and click. I mean, did you just wake up?
It's my publicity still. You know, Jennifer doesn't even remember. I was actually on Spin City this year. Mm-hmm. A very crucial cameo with Joe Torre the day Joe Torre was on. So, and
I remember now.
Obviously, I guess the Emmy.
Wow, you are a good actress.
I guess the Emmy talk is a little premature.
Yeah. Now, photo aside, so much to talk about, so much going on. Weirdest story in sports right now. Garth Brooks, country singer, playing minor league ball with the Padres. Is that right?
Yeah, it's one of the most bizarre midlife crises I've ever heard about. I mean, he should be.
But he's also, as entertainers go, you know, a little kind of heavy and a nice guy, but
he should be singing, you know, my wife ran away with my best friend and I sure do miss him, you know, and now he goes.
He should pick a better song than that, but yeah, he should be sticking to the singing, yeah.
He, you know, but if he can play for the Padres, you know, I've been thinking about this, if guys can just show up, if any celebrity can show up, you could play first base for the Boston Red Sox. I mean, huh?
They're looking for a first baseman.
Mo Vaughn is gone. Mo Vaughn has gone out to play for the Angels. There is an opening.
There's an opening at first base?
Yeah.
Well, you're one of the few people that has seen me play baseball. Tom Brokaw has a charity league that softball to raise money. I show up for it every summer. You've actually seen me play. Tell me the truth. How is it?
Well, when I was reminding my wife, you used to come up and play for Connecticut Special Olympics, and she was chairman of Connecticut Special Olympics. She said, well, don't you remember what they said about Conan in the paper after he played the first game? And she showed me the clip where they were like evaluating all the celebrity players. It was like Michael Bolton, power to all fields.
Right.
Meatloaf, heavy but good pull hitter, you know. This is exactly what they put in the New Haven Register about you. Conan O'Brien, very pale. So, you know,
no one can beat me when it comes to having no natural coloring. Yeah.
I've heard some bad scouting reports.
Yeah.
But that's gold.
I should show up with Dick Gephardt next time and beat him at that one
very
thing.
Pale.
Now, I want to also ask you about Michael Jordan, because the NBA right now, obvious to everybody, the games are kind of sloppy. The excitement seems to be gone this year. And I keep thinking of, you know those episodes of Batman where Batman disappears for a while and the bad guys show up and they take over Gotham City and everyone thinks Batman will never be back, and then finally he's just standing there. He just shows up. It's very dramatic. I think Michael Jordan is going to return like Batman at some crucial moment and save the NBA. Any chance of that?
I hope he comes back. I thought it was stupid of him to leave. I mean, it was a great job being Michael Jordan. I mean, it's not like he has a lot of other career. I know he's got a lot of money, but it's not like he's going to make Space Jam 2 The Phantom Menace. You know, that's not going to happen.
Right.
I think he takes this year off. He comes back. The guy's so good he could play 5 more years. And I can think of a team, by the way, that plays about 15 blocks from here that I think he could make a tremendous improvement.
Don't you think he'd be up for the challenge of just showing up and playing with the Knicks and single-handedly turning a team around?
Oh, it'd be great. But he did it. You know, he came back from baseball, wins 3 more titles with the Bulls. I hope. You know what? I'm just sorry that I don't get to watch the guy play basketball anymore. So I hope he comes back.
Yeah, he'll be back. I just know it.
Like Batman.
Like Batman.
I hope he's a better Batman.
Batman, if you're out there, help us.
I hope he's a better Batman than George Clooney, though.
What?
Well, it wasn't the best of the line.
But stick to sports, guy.
I'm sorry.
You just leaned out of your field and slapped George Clooney, and then, you know, leave him alone. Now, Yankees. Let's talk about the Yankees. There's this famous quote, I guess general manager of the Yankees said, this year we're going to take it to the next level. What the hell are they talking about? How do the Yankees go from last season and, come on guys, let's go to the next level now? Does that mean that people will actually be killed on the other team? What does that mean exactly?
You know, the owner never actually thought of that, but it's maybe a way to go. No, they're going to win again. You know, they're too good not to win again, but I think it's not going to be as easy as it was last year. I actually think that they'll come back a little bit this year. But you know, they are doing things in spring training that are like the old Yankees. I mean, George Steinbrenner, the owner, called one of his pitchers a fat pussy toad the other day.
Irabu, yeah?
Yeah, and then immediately he said, you know, that apparently he was trying to convince Irabu that that was some sort of term of endearment in this country, that, you know, that maybe he wasn't.
Right.
You know, his position the next day was, okay, you're a fat pussy toad, but by God, you're my fat pussy toad, you know? And now they pitched him the team is too good not to win. So I think that it'll be more interesting.
And they've got my personal hero, Zimmer. They've got Don Zimmer.
Zimmy.
Let me put up that photo with Zimmer. I just love looking at him. There he is. Look at him. I remember when I was a kid growing up in Boston. He was, of course,
he was the manager of the
Red Sox, and I used to go to games at Fenway Park. And whenever Zimmer would walk out there, every kid in the stand was thinking the same thing. He's got a plate in his head, which we thought when you're a kid, you think that's the coolest thing in the world. And when I was like 8 years old, I thought it was a real plate, like from a restaurant they had put in there. I didn't understand. But very cool guy. I've always liked him.
No, he's a great guy. And when the owner started saying those things about Irabu and trying to tell him who to pitch,
right.
He's right now substituting for Joe Torre, who is recovering from cancer surgery, and he's one of Joe's best friends.
And they say Joe's going to be okay, right?
Joe's going to be great. I mean, the team isn't remotely the same.
Right.
You know, no one knew this. Joe's from Brooklyn as well, and no one knew when he took this job that he was going to be the perfect guy for this perfect team. And you know, the minute he goes away, they're just not as much the Yankees as they were last season. So I think he'll be back in May or June, and I think there probably won't be as many incidents like the one we have with Irabu.
Yeah. Now, before we go, Roger Clemens. Okay, and another interesting story. He's on the team now. People say arguably one of the best pitchers of the last 20, 30 years. An amazing pitcher. Does he make a difference in the World Series if they get there?
Well, you know, it's interesting because the guy they traded away, David Wells, was a really popular figure here and had become sort of a folk hero because of the perfect game, because
But also he had the common touch.
He was built
Clemens
for this
seems
city.
like some guy from another planet who's perfect. You know, Wells has this thing of he's an amazing pitcher, but we had him on the show a couple of times. He just seems like a guy that you would know in your neighborhood.
And as great as Clemens has been, Wells got everybody out and won all the games he pitched in the postseason. So I've been telling people, we were talking about it before the show, we're not going to be able to evaluate the Clemens trade for 6 more months. We'll know in the playoffs, but you know, already the Yankees aren't as much fun with Wells not around.
Okay. Well, the summer of '98 is about the amazing season last summer. Folks, pick it up just to look at this picture on the back. It's one more time. Look at that. What the, huh? Mike Lupica, everybody.
That's not helping.